On this short video, I want to mention an interesting understanding regarding the division of Shulchan Aruch. This understanding I came up with a very long time ago. I still don't know if this was the original intent of the division, but even if it's not, it could be that Mina Shamayim kind of it happened because that was the divine will, if you may. Whatever the case may be, we know that our main code of law, all Jewish people today, all the Orthodox Jews who follow Halakha, of course look into Shulchan Aruch to know the various laws. And the Shulchan Aruch is divided into 4 different sections. Now, Rabbi Yosef Karo, the author of Shulchan Aruch, did not invent this division. He's actually following the division of Rabbi Yaakov Turim, the son of Rosh. There was a certain individual, a great rabbi in the times of Rishonim, meaning more than 500 years ago. He lived first in Germany with his father, and then they had to run away because the German dukes decided to make money by imprisoning Jewish sages and then demanding ransom from the community. So they were able to do it to the rabbi of Rosh, Maharam Rothenberg, who ended up dying in jail. But the Rosh and his son ended up in Spain. So this gave a unique opportunity to Rabbi Yaakov Turim to have both exposure to the Torah of the Jews in Ashkenazic lands in northern Europe and in Sephardic lands in Spain. And when he wrote his tour, he decided to divide all the laws that are applicable today into 4 sections. The first section deals with the way we wake up, what brochas we make, the blessings, the various prayers, the blessings over the food, and then the afternoon prayers and evening prayers, and then it goes on to Shabbat and all the holidays and all the fast days, and it's called Orach Chaim, the path of life. And then there is a section called Yoradea, which discusses all kinds of different laws. It's a miscellaneous section. Mostly it's laws of kashrut, but there are all kinds of other laws that went into Yoradea. Mezuzah, the writing of Sefer Torah, the laws of prohibition of nida, the laws of prohibition of charging interest, usury, the laws of avilut, chas v'shalom, if somebody dies, the mourning laws, all of them are in Yoradea, and many, many other laws on all kinds of topics. Yoradea means that it's teaching the wisdom. These are all, by the way, combinations of words that are taken from some verses in the Tanakh, the biblical verses, phrases from the Bible that make all the 4 sections of the Shulchan Aruch. The third section is Even HaEzer, so it means a helping stone, and it's talking about marriage relationships. So this is the shortest section of Shulchan Aruch. And then there is Choshen Mishpat. It deals with business laws. Now it's known that the Kadmonim, in the old times, based on Greek ideas, there was this division of everything into 4. All the elements were divided into 4 according to their understanding, and we find that a lot in the writings of Jewish sages as well. And the division into 4 used to be like this: earth, the element of earth, the element of air, avir, the element of fire, ash, and the element of water, mayim. Now, of course, later science decided that it's all nonsense and divided everything into, of course, once the periodic table appeared, once Mendeleev discovered the arrangement of elements, and it's constantly being filled up, new elements are discovered, but for the most part, we know more or less almost everything that in this world, right? All the elements that exist in this world, all the different atoms that can exist. And of course, molecules are made up of various combinations of these atoms. So there are something like 100 or so elements. And that's used in all the science today. But that doesn't mean that the division that used to exist is totally garbage. I saw actually in a popular book written by, I think it was Martin Gardner, if I remember correctly. It was a popular book, and it's written by a person who has no stake at trying to promote ancient Greeks, or certainly wasn't aware that the Jewish sages used similar division. And he says that it's actually, there is some understanding that this division into 4 also is correct in a certain sense. And that is what the scientists call gas, right? It's how the matter, right? We're not talking about molecules, we're talking about what the states of the matter are. There's plasma, there's gas, there is liquids, and there's solids. So it's not totally useless, this kind of division. It's just not good for chemistry, obviously, but it's good for certain ideas. And therefore, it's not too surprising that we could, in fact, use it today, and some rabbis still use it today, for various understandings. Especially since it so happens that the main name of Hashem, the main divine name, has 4 letters. And the name that we substitute for it. We never pronounce the main divine name, Havaya. We pronounce Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud, Ado, and then Noi. In our prayers, in the reading of the Torah, that means the master of everything. So it also has 4 letters. So the 4 letters, according to the teachings of Kabbala, correspond to these 4 elements. And of course it has to do also with the idea of Sfirot, which I'm not going to go into right now, it's way too complex, but the basic idea is that the 4 divine letters have to do with the Hanhaga, the way Hashem rules the world, how he appears in the visions to the prophets, and how his will is projected to this world. And that is, there's the right side of Hanhaga, that's the letter Yud in divine name, and the left side of Hanhaga, that's the first Hey, and then the Vav, that's in the middle, and then the last Hey has to do with what they call Sphira of Malchut, kingship. It's a root of all the Jewish soul, what we call Congregation Israel, the kind of collective soul of the Jewish people. And in it, Keneged Malchut, of course, the kingship, we take on ourselves the kingship of Hashem, all Malchut Shamayim. We accept on ourselves all Malchut Shamayim, the yoke of heavenly kingship. So the 4 books of Shulchan Aruch, the 4 parts of Shulchan Aruch, in my opinion, correspond to those 4. So let me first explain. The Tur, as I said, the Shulchan Aruch is based on the Tur. Its division is based on the Tur. And the Tur starts, his very first words are the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, in tractate teachings of the fathers, Pirkei Avot. And it says there that Yehuda ben Tema teaches us that one has to be, and it gives us 4 qualities taken from 4 animals. We have to imitate, animals also have their own advantages, so we have to imitate 4 animals in 4 different ways. That is, one has to be as light as an eagle, or maybe not eagle, maybe it's a vulture of some sort. We're not going to go into what nesher is. As light as a nesher, and he has to be as strong as a lion, Gibor Ka'ari, has to be as bold as a leopard, and he has to be as quick as a deer. Well, not deer, maybe one of the other quick wild kosher animals. Tzvi. Ratske tzvi. You should run like a tzvi. So in my opinion, the 4 types of ways that we have to serve Hashem, the 4 animals here, correspond actually to the 4 parts of Shulchan Aruch, as I'll explain in a moment. The Gra already wrote on Sefer Mishlei, in his commentary to the book of Proverbs, that the divine name, the 4 letters in divine name, correspond to those 4. Yud is Keneged, the right side is Keneged Ratske Tzvi, run like a deer. The left side, to be strong, is like Ari, like a lion, that's Keneged the Hay. The Vav is to be bold as a leopard, and to be light is the last Sphira. Malchut is the last Hay in divine name. That to be light as a nesher, as a vulture. So these 4, if I understand correctly, may be actually hitting to the 4 parts of Shulchan Aruch as well. The first part of Shulchan Aruch is mostly positive actions. In fact, the Shulchan Aruch starts with that. And as I said, that's based on the Tur. Right? How we have to wake up early. And most of the laws of Orach Chaim, they're in fact the most common laws. We have to do this all the time. We have to the way of life, as they call it, Orach Chaim, right? We have to do this all the time, the positive actions, blessings, mitzvot. Then the left side, according to what I understand, is Choshen Mishpat. That's the Gvura. Of course, all the dinim, as Kabbala teaches us, come from left side, from Gvura. Obviously, Malchut would correspond to the women, right? Women are the feminine aspect is obviously Kineged Malchut. All those who learned Kabbalah know this very well. So the last Hey is Malchut, and that's Even Haezer. The verse states, Even Masu Habanim Haitali Rosh Pinah. A stone that the builders rejected became the cornerstone. That's David, who was Kineged Malchut, right? Who was rejected by everybody, and people thought he was a mamzer, and there were all kinds of stories about him, and in the end he became the greatest king. And therefore, what's left is Yora Dea is connected the middle side, right? Dea, that, right, goes through all the middle sphirot, the Zer and Pin, and corresponds to the Vav in divine name. It makes a lot of sense. That's why all the miscellaneous laws got into Yora Dea, and it's more complex laws over there with all the Pilpulim, with the laws of Kashrut, for instance, Basar B'Chalav. Mostly to become a rabbi, you study Yora Dea. Most rabbis are examined on that area of laws. Right? Not everything that didn't get into anything else got into Yora Dea. So according to this, the Tur may have had it in mind. I don't know. I can't claim that the Tur actually had it in mind, but it's possible. The Tur liked all kinds of remazim, all kinds of hints. He loved to do gematriot. There's a commentary of him on the Chumash that consists mostly of gematriot and various types of Mesorah, where he quotes different words that are used, the same word that's used in different places. And so it's first letters of words, right? The very first commentary of the Tur is Bereshit, is the same letters as Be'alef Tishrei. Bereshit bara Elokim, Hashem created in the beginning, it's the same letters as Be'alef Tishrei, on the first of Tishrei. Hashem created the world. It's just an example where he uses these types of things. So it could be that he had in mind, when he divided all the laws that apply today into 4 categories, he meant to correspond to 4 letters of divine name. And in parentheses, I want to mention that Aruch HaShulchan already thought also that the 4 letters of the 4 qualities discussed in Pirkei Avot correspond to the 4 elements, even though his correspondence is different than the one I described and the one the Gra has in Mishlei. But at the very least, there is a possibility to consider that whenever you see number 4, there may be a correspondence, and it may have to do with the 4 letters of the main name of Hashem. Similarly, for instance, the Gra explains that the 4 types of bread used in Korban Todah, and the 4 types of people that have to thank Hashem, all of that the Gra writes in his commentary to Tractate Brachot, correspond to these 4 letters of divine name. And he explains how. And on this I'll end. If you like this video, please press like and please subscribe to our channel.